Hello students, I am Sridhar Jalapati. Welcome to my YouTube channel Sridhar Jalapati Aptitude Classes. In this video, I will be explaining you a topic called elementary statistics, which was included in TCS NQT test. TCS has announced their test pattern and syllabus. I don't have to discuss about the test pattern and the topics that they are including their test, because right now the most searched word in Google is NQT. All the engineering students across the country have started their preparation. So you all know the paper pattern, you all know the syllabus. TCS has released a couple of videos on the syllabus and paper pattern as well. And one of the topics that they are going to ask in their exam is elementary statistics. In this video, I will be explaining you what is elementary statistics and what kind of questions that you can expect from this topic. Now, before we start with, first of all, elementary statistics is something which we have all studied in our school days or college days. But after that, in engineering, in most of the branches, this was not there as a part of syllabus. So some of us might have forgotten those concepts. And the other reason for asking TCS, in the TCS exam about this elementary statistics is nowadays in software industry, data analytics and data science playing very crucial role. Most of the job seekers and also those who are working in lower position are learning these data science and data analysis to get a good position in their career. So that's the reason TCS is asking questions from elementary statistics. It is trending concept, trending subject, I can say, in IT industry. Now, before we start our discussion, first of all, do not forget to subscribe to my channel Sridhar Jalapati Aptitude Classes. Let's start our discussion. Normally, when it comes to the data, we have three types of data: individual series, discrete series, and continuous series. What is individual series? A random information like marks of 8 students out of 25 in a class, or weights of 10 students in a class. So this type of data is called individual series. What is discrete series? A data of this type is called discrete series. For example, here X denotes the number of children in a family, whereas F denotes the number of families with those number of children in that family. Here there are 8 families with 0 children, 10 families with one child in each, 19 families with 2 children in each family, 8 families with 3 children in each family, 5 families with 4 children in each family. This type of data is called discrete series. And the third one is continuous series. In case of continuous series, you will get class intervals. The data is classified. I can also call it as grouped data. Let's say in a class of 50 students, if I segregate the marks obtained by them, 0 to 10 marks, 8 students are there, 12 students are there who scored marks between 10 to 20, 13 students are there who scored marks between 20-30, 10 students are there who scored marks between 30-40, and 7 students are there who scored marks between 40-50. This is called class interval, and this is frequency. Frequency is nothing but the number of observations in that range, in that class interval. So these are the three types of data. What are the three? Individual series, discrete series, continuous series. This type of data is called individual. This type of data is discrete, and the data which is grouped with intervals is continuous series. For these three types of data, majorly you will be asked to find mean, also called as arithmetic mean, median, mode. These are the three things that you are asked to find for all the types of data. That means for individual series, you have to find mean, mode, median. And for discrete series also, you have to know how to find mean, median, mode, and for continuous series as well. So in this video, I will be explaining you how to find this mean, median, mode for all the types of series. Now, first of all, what is mean? Also called as arithmetic mean. Simply we can call it as average as well. What is median? The one which occurs in the middle when you arrange the data in the ascending order or descending order. The one which occurs in the middle is called median after arranging the data in ascending order or descending order. What is mode? The one which occur more number of times or more frequently. The observation which occur frequently or more number of times is called mode. These are the three what we have to find. Let us see how to find mean for these three types of data. We will be discussing one after the other. Be patient. I understand you are in the last minute of preparation. I don't want to elaborate any concept, but still you have to know at least the basics to answer those questions. So do watch the video. Be patient. We cannot explain the things in 1-2 minutes. You need to be patient. You need to spend at least some half an hour to 45 minutes. Right. Let's see how to find the mean for three types of data. As we have already seen, mean is sum of the observations by number of observations for individual series. For example, if the marks of 8 students out of 25 in a class are these, then find the mean marks of the students. These are the marks obtained out of 25 by 8 students in the class. So mean is nothing but sum of the observations by number of observations. Sum of observations, if you add, this is 45, 54, 64, 80, 101, 119, 136, 160. By there are 8 observations, so 20 is the mean. 20 is the mean. By the way, you need to be good at adding these numbers. Though TCS is providing on-screen calculator, but that on-screen calculator is not a touched one. So you need to type each number. If you want to add these numbers by using calculator, each and every number you have to type, and that takes a lot of time. If you are comfortable in typing, that's okay. But what I'm suggesting, for these simple calculations, don't use calculator. Using calculator itself take more time. Okay, anyway, that's how you can find the mean for individual series. Sum of the observations by number of observations. Suppose if the data is of discrete series type, then how do we find the mean? Now you may not like the formula, that's why I will explain with the example. Let's say we are given with a discrete series, this one, and we have to find the mean. So to find the mean of discrete series, here first of all you need to understand the data. There is one observation, with 1 as the observation there are 5 elements. There are 3 elements with 3 as observations. 4 elements with 5 as observation, all that. So to find the mean, here you have to multiply these two. 1 into 5, 5. 3 into 3, 9. This is 20. This is 14. This is 9. And this is 0. And you have to add all these by total number of objects, nothing but sum of the frequencies. We call it a sigma f. So sum of the frequencies is 8, 12, 14, 15. That is 15. So if I add all these, 14, 34, 48, 57 by 15. Let me calculate once again. Here to find the mean, 1 into 5 plus 3 into 3 plus 4 into 5, 7 into 2, 9 into 1, 0. This is 23, 43, 52, 57 by sum of the frequencies 8, 12, 14, 15. 57 by 15 is nothing but 5, 3 is 45 and 12, 3.8. This is the mean. This is the mean of this discrete data. If you want to write in for symbolic form formula method, sigma fi xi by sigma f. Fi xi is nothing but multiplying the observation with the frequency. This is fi f1 x1 f2 x2 f3 x3 f4 x4 f5 x5 f6 x6, something like that. So this is how we can find the mean for discrete series. Next, let's see how do we find the mean for continuous series. That means when the class intervals are given, how do we find the mean? Like if you want to find the mean for this data, whenever the class intervals are given, we have to write the mid value. The mid value for class interval between 0 and 10, mid value is lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Here lower limit is 0, upper limit is 10 by 2, so 5. Here mid value 15, here mid value 25, 35, 45. Now multiply the mid value with the frequency. 5 8s, 40, 15 12s, 180, 25 13s, 325, and 35 10s, 350, and 45 7s, 315. And you have to add all these now. On adding, you can add in your own way. So I'm adding the numbers directly. 40 plus 180, 220 plus 325, 545, 595, 895, 900, 910, 1210. Sum of the frequencies, mid value multiplied with the frequencies 1210. By total sigma f, sum of the frequencies, if I add all these, 17, 30, 42, 50. This is 50. So now mean is 1210 by 50. If I simplify, 5 2s and 24.2. On simplification, you will get 24.2. That is the mean. So to find the mean for continuous series, what did I do? Find the mid value for each class interval, multiply the mid value with the frequency and add all those divided by sum of the frequencies. Divided by sum of the frequencies is nothing but number of observations. What is the formula for mean? Sum of the observations by number of observations. This 1210 is sum of observations by number of observations is nothing but sigma f, which is 50 here. So mean is 24.2. And this is how we find the mean for continuous series. Next, how to find median for these three types of data. First of all, we have already seen median is nothing but the one which occurs in the middle after arranging the data in ascending order. Suppose if you want to find the mean for individual series, let us say marks of 8 students are given. What is the median of this data? To find the median, first you have to write the data in ascending order. That means smaller to bigger. So here smaller is 16 and then 17, 18, 19 and then 21, 22, 23, 24. So these are the marks of the students. So median is nothing but, as there are 8 elements, even number of elements, we don't see one in the middle, we see 2 numbers in the middle. These 2 are in the middle. 3 left hand side, 3 right hand side, these 3 are in the middle. So when 2 elements are in the middle, mean of those 2 elements is median, which is 20. Here median is 20. If there are odd number of elements, we will see only one number in the middle, and that is the median. If there are odd number of elements, only one number in the middle, and that is the median. Here there are even number of elements, we will see 2 in the middle, 2 observations in the middle. Mean of those 2 observations is median. So for this data, median is 20. And this is how we can find the median for individual series. Next, how do we find the median for discrete series? Let us see that also with an example. How do we find the median for this data which is called discrete series? Now here, median is nothing but the one which occurs in the middle, right? So sum of the total frequencies, sum of the frequencies is 8, 12, 14, 15. So nothing but there are total 15 observations. Which one you will see in the middle when there are 15 observations? 7 in the left, 7 in the right. So middle one, 8th observations is the median. What is the 8th observation here? First 5 observations are 1. This is something like 1, 1, 1, 1, 5 times. After that 3 occurring 3 times, 3, 3, 3, 3. After that 5 occurring 4 times, 5, 5, 5. That is the meaning of this discrete series, right? So which one you will get to see in the 8th position? 3. So this is the median for this discrete series. Median is 3 here. How did you find? Total sum of the frequency 15. Since it is odd number, you will see only one number in the middle, that is 8th element. And 8th element is first 5 elements 1, next 3 elements 3. So 8th element is 3 itself. So that is the median for discrete series. Next, let's see how to find the median for continuous series. Here there is a formula and you have to remember this formula. There is no alternate to find the median for continuous series. You need to remember the formula. The formula is median for continuous series is L plus n by 2 minus m into C by f. Let me define what are these in this example. By taking this example, I will explain. Now this is the class interval. So here L is nothing but lower class limit of a interval where the median occurs. Median in the sense, just now we have seen middle element. First of all, sum of the frequencies, if I add 17, 30, 40 to 50, sum of the frequencies 50, so middle value is 25. So median occurs first 8 elements plus 12, 20 elements, right? If you want, you can write cumulative frequency, something called cumulative frequency in the sense increasing order. 8, then 8 plus 12, 20, then 20 plus 13, 33, 33 plus 10, 43, 43 plus 7, 50. This is called cumulative frequency. You don't have to write, but if you are not good enough in finding the middle one, you can go for it. So 25th element occurs in this 13. 25th element occurs here, because first 8 plus 12 20, after that next 13. So 25th element is definitely in this 13. So this class interval's lower value is called L. This is L. And this class interval's frequency is called F. This is F. And sum of the frequencies above this frequency is called M. Sum of the frequencies above this frequency. Above this frequency, sum of the frequencies 8 plus 12, 20. This is M. 8 plus 12, 20. This is M. And C is the class interval. Here class interval, C is nothing but class interval. 20, class interval range is 10, right? 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, class interval 10. So C value 10. And F is the frequency of that median class, which is 13. So therefore formula to find median, L plus, that is 20 plus N by 2, 25, minus M 20, multiplied by C 10, divided by frequency 13. C is class interval 10, F is frequency 13, and if I simplify 20 plus 5 into 10, 50 by 13, if I simplify, we'll get it as approximately 20, this is 3, 11, 110, 23.8, approximately 23.8, or you can say close to 424. Right? So the formula to find median is L plus N by 2 minus M into C by F. What is L? The lower class limit of the median class. What is median class? The class interval where median occurs. What is median, by the way? Middle value. Here N is nothing but sum of the frequencies. Here sum of the frequencies 50, N by 2 is 25. M is nothing but sum of the frequencies before that median class. So 8 plus 12, 20, and C is class interval. Here 0 to 10, 10 to 20, so class interval 10. F is the median frequency, which is 13. That model class value, median class frequency, which is 13. And this is how you can find the median for continuous series. Right. Let's move to how to find the mode. Now, we have already seen mode is nothing but the most frequently occurred element, or the element which occurred more number of times is called mode. How to find mode for individual series? There are 3 types of series, right? I hope you have understood the pattern. For each type of series, we are learning how to find mean, mode, median. We have already seen mean, how to find mean, how to find median. Now we are discussing how to find mode. For individual series, mode is nothing but the one which occurs more number of times. Here if you see, 22 observation occurred 3 times. So that is the mode. 22 occurred 3 times. So that is the mode. If 2 observations occur same number of times, both are called mode. Here only one observation is occurring more number of times, that is 22. So 22, and that is the mode. Mode is 22. As it occurred 3 times, more number of times, that is 22. So this is how we can find the mode for individual series. How do we find the mode for discrete series? If the series is of discrete type, how do we find the mode? Now, as I said, mode is nothing but the one which occur more number of times. So here in the frequency list, which is occurring more number of times? The one which is occurring 5 times is 1. So that is the mode. Mode is 1. Frequency 5, that means observation 1 occurring 5 times, and that is the highest number of times which is occurring. So therefore mode is 1. The observation which occur more number of times is mode. So this is how we find the mode for discrete series. Then how do we find the mode for continuous series? Again, here also we have a formula, and you have to remember the formula. There is no alternate. To find the mode for continuous series, formula is this, and I will explain that formula with an example. Suppose if you are asked to find the mode for this continuous series, formula is L1 plus delta 1 by delta 1 plus delta 2 into C. Initially appears complicated, but if you just spend some 15-20 minutes, you can remember. These are not difficult, right? Only in case of continuous series, we have formula for mode and median and mode. For discrete series and individual series, we don't need any formula. Directly you can find. Only for continuous series, we need formula. Now here L1 is nothing but lower boundary of the model class. What is model class? Where the frequency is maximum. Here where frequency is maximum, 13. This is the maximum frequency. So this is called model class. This 20 to 30 is called model class. In that lower limit is L1. So L1 is 20. Now this is F. The one which occurred more number of times is called F. Then above that is called F1. Below that frequency is F2. The frequency above F is F1. The frequency below F is F2. Now delta 1 is nothing but F minus F2, which is 13 minus 12 in this example, which is 1. And delta 2 is delta 1 is F minus F1. Delta 2 is F minus F2, which is 13 minus 10 here, which is 3. And C is class interval, which is 10, range, class interval range. So therefore formula, mode is equal to L1 plus, that is 20, plus delta 1 by, which is, what is delta 1? 1 by delta 1 plus delta 2, 1 plus 3 multiplied by 10. So this is 20 plus 10 by 4, which is, if I simplify, this is 2.5. So 22.5 is the mode for this observation. So this is how you can find the mode for continuous series. That is L1 plus delta 1 by delta 1 plus delta 2 into C. What is L1? Lower limit of the model class. What is model class? The class interval where the highest frequency occurs. Here 13. Above this frequency is F1. Above that frequency is F2. And delta 1 is F minus F2. Delta 2 is F minus delta 1 is F minus F1. Delta 2 is F minus F2. And apply the values in the formula, we'll get it as 22.5, and that is the mode. Right. Now we have seen how to find mean, mode, median, and we have a relation here among mean, mode, median. That is, mode is equal to 3 times median minus 2 times mean. Mode is equal to 3 times median minus 2 times mean. This is useful when two of these mode, median, mean are given and asked to find the third. Out of these three, if two are given and asked to find the third, you can use this formula. But for a symmetric distribution, all are same. Mean, mode, median, all are same for a symmetric distribution. Okay. Now let us see a few application questions. So far, let me revise. We have seen what is mean, what is median, and what is mode. And we have seen how to find these three for three types of series: individual series, discrete series, and continuous series. Only finding mean, mode, median is difficult in case of continuous series. For individual discrete, you don't need any formula. Within seconds you can calculate. Only for continuous series we have formula for that, right? Okay. We will also be discussing what is standard deviation variance in the video towards the end. So do watch the video till the end. Now first question. For the given individual series, compute mean, median, mode. So mean is sum of the observations by number of observations. Sum of the observations 38, 45, 54, 67, 77, 82, 97. This is 106, 116, 118. Right? Again, if you add 21, 36, 41, 51, 64, 73, 80, 98, yes, 118. By number of observations, 3 plus 3, 6 plus 10. So therefore, mean is 11.8. Sum of the observations by number of observations. Next, median. To find median, first you have to arrange the data in ascending order. Do not forget. Do not take the middle value when the data is as it is. First you have to see whether the data in ascending order or not. So ascending order is smaller to bigger, least value 2, and then 5, and then 7, and then 9, and then 10, and then 13, and then 15, and then 18, 19, 20. Total 10 observations, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 observations. So when there are 10 observations, which is even number, we will see 2 observations in the middle. Which two? These 2 are in the middle. 4 left hand side, 4 right hand side. These 2 are in the middle. Average of these 2 is the median, which is 11.5. 23 by 2, 11.5 is the median. And mode is the one which occur more number of times. Here I think all the elements are occurring only once. No element got repeated. Every element occurred only once. So when every element occurred once, then you can actually mode cannot be defined here. But using that formula you can find, that is mode is 3 into median minus 2 into mean. When no element is repeating or when all the elements are occurring same number of times, mode is actually not defined, but using this formula you can find. So already we got median, median which is 11.5 minus 2 into mean is 11.8. So if I simplify, this is for 34.5 minus 23.6. So if I simplify, this is 10.9. So mode is 10.9 for this data, as no observation repeated or all the observations occurred same number of times. Then we find the mode by using this formula. So this is how we find mean, mode, median for this individual series. Let's move to the next question. If the arithmetic mean of these observations is x, find the value of x. A very simple question. Arithmetic mean is nothing but sum of the observations, that is x plus 3 plus 5, 8, 9, this is 17, 27 plus 6, 33. By how many observations? 6 observations. Sorry, it's my mistake. 6 is the mean of 5 observations. So sum of these observations 19, 24, 27 plus x by 5 observations is 6. So 27 plus x is equal to 30, x is equal to 3. So the value of x is 3. Here we are already given with the mean and one of the observations is given as x, that we are asked to find. Very simple question. Let's move to the next one. For a discrete series, this is discrete series, calculate mean, median and mode. Now as we have already seen, mean is, first multiply these two, as observation 2 occurring 12 times, so 12 2 is 24 plus 4 10s 40 plus 6 8s 48 plus 8 13s 104 plus 10 17s 170 plus 12 9s 108 plus 14 16s 224. How do you multiply 14 with 16 or 16 with 14 without using pen and paper? First 16 10s 160 and 16 4 64. 160 plus 64 224 and 16 15s 240. Again, how do you multiply 16 with 15 directly? 15 15s we all know 225. Add one more 15, 240. All these calculations you have to practice. There is no alternate. Of course, calculator is provided, but using the calculator is not easy. So this is the sum of the observations by number of observations. Add the frequencies, sigma f, sum of the frequencies, 12 plus 10, 22, 30 plus 13, 43, 60, 69, 75, 85, 100. Sum of the observations 100. So I'm adding all these, you will get it as 40, 24 plus 40, 64 plus 8, 72, 112, 112 plus 104, 216, 216 plus 70, 286, 386, 394, 494, 498, 518, 718, 758, 958 by 100, which is 95.8. Let me check. I doubt whether the addition is correct or not. Let me add the round figures first. 240 plus 220, 460 plus 100, 560 plus 170, 730, 830, 870, 910, 930. Seems right. Yeah, I'm right. 12, 20, 24 plus 4, 28. 12, 16, 20, 28. Right. 958 by 100, 95.8. And this is the mean. Sum of the observations by number of observations, mean. And how do you find mode, median for the same data? Now, just now we calculated sum of the frequencies is 100. So n by 2 is 50. Now you have to see which observation occur, which is the 50th observation. Now here, these are 12 plus 10, 20 plus 8, 22 plus 8, 30 plus 17, 43. So far I got 43. Up to here, 43 observations. Then up to here 60 observations. That means 51 definite, 50th occur definitely in this 17, because up to here 43, after that 17, so next all together has become 60. So 50th observation occurs here. And what is that 50th observation? 10. So therefore median is 10. right? Previously 958 by 100, 9.58 is mean, not 95.8, 9.58. I made a mistake previously. Mean is for the previous one, mean is sum of the observations by number of observations. In the previous question, sum of the observations we got 958 divided by number of observations 100, so answer 9.58. Right. Now mode is this. Mode is 10. Median is 10. Median is 10. How did you calculate median? Once again, median is total sum of the frequencies 100. Median is the one which occurs in the middle. So the 50th observation is median. 50th observation obviously up to here 43. So 58th observation lies in the 17, which is 10. So therefore median is 10. Next, how to find mode for this data? Mode is nothing but the one with highest frequency. So which is the one with highest frequency? Observation 10, because it occurred 17 times. So mode is also 10. Median 10, mode is also 10, and mean is 9.58 for this data. Okay, and this is discrete data. Let's move to the next question. Now we got continuous data. How to continue series? We have to find mean, median, mode. One by one we will calculate. Let us calculate mean first. Now to find the mean, class interval middle 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. We have to take the middle value of the class interval, multiply these two, 120, 25 13s 325, 35 10s 350, 45 7s 315, 55 12s 660. Right. So now I have to add all these. By the way, sum of the frequencies is 70 and 19, 29, 30 to 40 to 50. Sum of the frequencies 50. Therefore, mean is equal to sum of these. Now 660, first of all 350 plus 120, 470. 470 plus 495, 795. 795 plus 15, 800, 810, 1110, 1770 by 50. 0, 0 cancel, 5 3 is 15 and 27, 5 5 is 35.4. So mean of this data is 35.4, sum of the observations by number of observations. You need to be good enough in calculations, especially for this topic called elementary statistics. So this is how we calculated mean. Next, how to find the median for the same data. Now, as I said, for continuous series, we have a formula for median. The formula is, median is L plus n by 2 minus m into C by F. Right? What is L? First of all, sum of the frequencies is 19, 27, 40, 21, 31, 50. Sum of the frequencies 50. Then n by 2 is 25. So in which class median occurs? Obviously in this class median occurs. In this class median occurs. So lower limit 30. Therefore L is 30. N by 2 25. M is the sum of the frequencies up to median class. Sum of the frequencies up to median class in the sense 8 plus 13, 21. That is M. Sum of the frequencies up to median class, that is 21. C is the class interval 10. F is that median frequency, which is 10. Median frequency is 10. F is also 10. So if I apply the values in the formula, L plus n by 2 minus m into C by F. So this is 30 plus 4. 34 is the median. This is the median of this continuous series. L plus n by 2 minus m into C by F. That's how we can find the median. Next, let's see how to find the mode for the same data. Mode. The formula to calculate mode is L1 plus delta 1 by delta 1 plus delta 2 into C, where L1 is the lower class limit of the model class. What is model class? The class interval where the maximum frequency occur. Where maximum frequency is occurring? This one. So this becomes model class. Here this is model class. and its lower limit is 20, so therefore L1 is 20. What is F here? Model class frequency, which is 13. What is F1 here? Before that, 8. What is F2 here after model frequency? 10. So delta 1 is F minus F1, which is 13 minus 8, 5, and delta 2 is F minus F2, which is 13 minus 10, 3. And C is class interval 10. So therefore mode is equal to L1 20 plus delta 1 5 by delta 1 plus delta 2 5 plus 3 into 10. So if I simplify 20 plus, this is 50 by 8. 50 by 8 or 25 by 4, which is 6.25. So 26.25. 25 by 4 is 6.25. So therefore 20 plus 6.25, 26.25 is the mode value for this data. Right? Yes. So this is how we can find mean, median and mode for continuous series. Let's move to the next. Calculate the standard deviation and variance of this data. We have not discussed the standard deviation in this video so far. Standard deviation is nothing but deviation from the mean is standard deviation. Right? First of all, we have to find the mean. What is mean for this data? Sum of the observations 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 by number of observations 5. So this is 12, 16, 19, 20 by 5, which is 4. So mean is 4. Now the deviation of each observation from the mean is standard deviation. How? First observation is 1, mean is 4, so deviation is 4 minus 1. We always take positive value, whole square, plus again second observation 3, so mean minus 3 whole square. Third observation mean minus 5 whole square. Fourth observation mean 1 3, third observation 4 minus 4, and fourth observation 4 minus 5 whole square. Fifth observation 4 minus 7 whole square by number of observations 5 under root. This is standard deviation. Simply we call it as SD. So if I simplify 4 minus 1, 3 square, 9, 4 minus 3, 1 square, 1, 4 minus 4, 0, 4 minus 1, 1 square, 1, and 4 minus 7, 3, 3 square, 9 by 5 under root. So this is 1820 by 5, which is 4 under root, nothing but 2. So standard deviation is 2. Standard deviation is 2. How did you calculate standard deviation? First we calculate mean. Deviation from the mean is standard deviation. So mean is 4. We have to see how each observation got deviated from the mean. First observation got deviated from the mean by 4 minus 1, its whole square. Then 4 minus 3 whole square, 4 minus 4 whole square, 4 minus 5 whole square, 4 minus 7 whole square under modulus, under root by total number of observations 5. So this is 2, which is standard deviation. Variance is the square of standard deviation. Variance is square of standard deviation. So in this formula, as standard deviation is 2, variance is 2 square, which is 4. So variance is 4. Square of standard deviation is called variance. And this is how we can find the variance and standard deviation. Let's move to the next question. The mean of the following distribution is 26. The frequencies F1 and F2 are missing here. This is F1. Frequencies F1 and F2 are missing here. You have to find those missing frequencies. Two variables are given, we have to find. By the way, we are already given with the mean. For continuous series, how do you find the mean? We take the class interval, right? What is the class interval here? 5, 15, 25, 35, 45. So mean is 5 into F1. 5F1 plus 15F2 plus 25 into 8, 200 plus 35 into 12, 420 plus 45 into 10, 450 by sigma frequency. Some of the frequencies already given as 50. Though we do not know F1 and F2, but some of the frequencies given as 50 by 50 is equal to 26. This is given. So if I simplify this further, 5F1 plus 15F2 is equal to cross multiplication 26 into 50, 1300, because 26 5 is 130, 1300, minus this is 200 plus 420, 620, 670, 1170, 1070. So therefore 5F1 plus 15F2 is equal to 230. From this, if I take 5 common, f1 plus 3f2 is equal to 46. From the entire equation, I cancelled 5. This is one equation. What is the other equation? As we know, sum of the frequency is 50. So far here, how much? 8 plus 12 plus 10, 30. That means f1 plus f2 must be 20, right? Total 50. These 8 plus 12 plus 10 is 30. So f1 plus f2 must be 20. That is second equation. f1 plus f2 is 20. Now directly if I subtract these two equations, I will get 2f2 is equal to 26. So that implies f2 is equal to 13. Substitute f2 in any equation, you will get f1 as 7. So the values of f1 and f2 are 7 and 13. This is how we can find. This is the application of mean concept. Let's move to the next one. The mode of a distribution is 12 and its median is 36. Find the mean. We have already seen the relation, that is mode is equal to 3 into median minus 2 into mean. So therefore mode is given as 12, median is 36. We are asked to find mean. Now if I simplify, this is 3 into 36, 108. If I bring the 12 this side, 96. 2 mean is equal to 96. That means mean is equal to 48. That is option 2. By using this relation, you will get the answer. Mode is equal to 3 into median minus 2 into mean. Let's move to the last question from this elementary statistics topic related video. The range of the observations is the range of the data. Range is nothing but maximum value minus minimum value. Here maximum observation is 43, minimum is 5, so range is 38. Minimum 4. I'm sorry, here maximum is 43, minimum is 4, so range is 43 minus 4, 39 is the range. Luckily option 38 is not given. Had 38 is given, I would have gone for 38 because I have not noticed 4. I thought 5 is the least, 4 is also there. So range is nothing but maximum value minus minimum value. So this is about elementary statistics. I am sure most of the engineering students might have no idea about this. So that's why I have prepared a detailed video. Be patient in watching the video. I understand you are in the last minute. There are only 4 days left out for TCS NQT test, and TCS NQT test creating vibrations in the internet now everywhere. People are uploading videos in the websites, material is available. TCS is also doing a lot of marketing for the test, and TCS is claiming that this test is not only to get into TCS industry but also for other companies, and they are giving a chance not only for current final year students, also for the present third year students, previous already passed out students. So they are giving opportunity for all the students. So this test is going to be a prestigious one, and I hope my videos will help you in doing good, to get good marks in the test. Thank you so much. I will be back with one more video, and I will upload the next video soon to help you in your preparation. So do like my video if you like the explanation. Do not forget to share with as many as you can, and for any questions, queries, you can post in the comment section. And last but not least, do subscribe to my channel. That is the only thing you can do for me, as I am not charging and my videos are completely for free of cost. Thanks a lot.